my name is Stevie Snow. I'm a holistic pharmacist, and today I want to show you how to make homemade yogurt using an Instapot. This is going to be a quick and easy recipe. I'm not going to spend a lot of time about why you should make homemade yogurt, about the different strains you can make, or all those different options. This is just how you make it using my simple 1-1-1 recipe. So we're going to use 1 quart of a half and half. So you could use organic half and half, or you could use A2. And the difference between A2 and regular is this is A1 protein, A2 protein from Europe. If you have problems digesting milk, it might be because of the protein in there, so try A2 if you have problems. If you have lactose intolerance, you can still make homemade yogurt because the bacteria eat up all the lactose. All the milk sugar is gone if you ferment it long enough, which is 24 to 36 hours. And then we're going to take 1 probiotic capsule and 1 cup of Inulin. And let me just show you the container for Inulin. I get this from Amazon. It's about $30 for this big package. Lasts me more than a month, and I make a lot of yogurt. But it can last you 3 months. It just depends on how much yogurt you make. I make a lot and I give it away. But Inulin is from artichoke roots, Jerusalem artichoke roots. So not really an artichoke, a Jerusalem artichoke, completely different, related to a sunflower. And the roots make this sweet powder that is soluble fiber, and it is a 0 net carb sweetener for your coffee, for your bacteria to grow yogurt, and that means that it has 2.6 grams of carbs, 2.6 grams of fiber, 0 net carbs. So this is a keto way to make yogurt, and a way to make no sugar added yogurt, which is why I really like using Inulin for this. And you can do it with no Inulin at all and no sugar at all, but I don't think it's as creamy. If you want creamy yogurt, this is how you're going to do it. Okay, so I'm just going to use my half and half, and it's cold and from the refrigerator, which means the Inulin is not going to go into solution very well. But I'm going to use a cup of Inulin, and I'm going to whisk it in. And it's going to make a gooey, icky, gooky mess. And honestly, this isn't how I do it for an Instapot. What I actually do is I put this right into my stainless steel pot, and it can be a little bit warm. You can hit a button and warm it up. It warms up your milk, and then you can stir this in a lot better. I'm having to do it this way because there's already yogurt in my Instapot pre-made that I want to show you. So this is really the method I use when I'm pouring it into little containers in a different yogurt maker, or into a mason jar and using something like a heating pad and a thermostat and an ice chest to make yogurt. That's another way you could do it. Some people make yogurt in their ovens. I've never had any success making yogurt in an oven, so I don't recommend that method. And I've been making yogurt about 4 years, and I still have failed batches every once in a while, but I can tell you there's a few things I don't do anymore, and that is use my old yogurt to make a new batch. I always start with a fresh probiotic, because I think a copy of a copy is never quite as sharp as the original copy. And because I like to make sure that I am getting a nice fresh start, and that if you grow at different temperatures from the same capsule, you might get different strains of bacteria to grow. So I'm not going to go into detail on different kinds of probiotics in this video. It's going to be nice and short, but you can use a tablet on this one. You could crush it up in a mortar and pestle. You could use a liquid probiotic. This is Yakult. I get that at the grocery store in a little 6-pack, or you can use just a capsule of a probiotic. And when I'm using dairy to make yogurt, as opposed to non-dairy, like coconut milk or cashew milk, I can just use 1 probiotic is plenty. 1 capsule is fine. If I'm using it to make, if I'm using non-dairy, I'll use more than 1 capsule, just because I feel like it's a different texture, a different consistency, and I want to give the bacteria every chance at survival. All right, that actually went into solution pretty good. Sometimes that Inulin does not go into solution as well. And then I'm just going to mix it up, and if I were pouring this into containers, then I would just mix and pour into my different containers if it were a yogurt maker. But because I'm going to use an Instapot, I would just gently pour this into my big stainless steel pot, and I would then hit the power button and hit the yogurt selection. So make sure it's a power Instapot that has a yogurt setting. There's a 24-hour setting and a 30-hour setting, and there's a boil setting. And you don't need to use the boil setting. I did that for a long time, but you know, you're using pasteurized milk to make this. So you don't need to repasteurize it. Just skip the boil. You're gonna save yourself all kinds of time, because when you heat the milk up that hot, then you have to let it cool before you can add your probiotic. So skip all that, go straight to the 24 or 36-hour setting. Oh, and also, when you do it, you want to make sure you don't have the gasket into the lid. There's that rubber gasket. Go ahead and pull that out when you're making yogurt, because you don't want to pressure cook your yogurt. That's not the goal. And then here's just some creamy yogurt made with the ProBiospore probiotic from Designs for Health. And it tastes a little bit like French toast. It's super creamy, has a little bit of smoky flavor. And then one thing I want to show you too, you may not see it very well, but there's some whey in there, some clear liquid. I've been jiggling this a bit. You can pour off the whey and make it a thicker yogurt, and that's the difference between Greek yogurt and regular yogurt. It's just you pour off the whey. But you don't have to pour it off. You can keep the whey right in there and eat it. Just mix it up and know that you'll have less thick yogurt. Okay, and I think that's everything. Thanks for watching.